Hi everyone and welcome to High Tech Investments News Report for Week 12. We will as usual share any links in the description below the video, that way you can always follow up any detail later. We hope you will enjoy this news feed, and look forward to your comments and remarks. But before we switch over to the news studio, please make sure you give that like button a click and don't forget to subscribe and keep the notification bell turned on. So, without further ado, let's go to the news studio. Today's presenter is Mr. Bo Schoening Larsen. Bo, over to you.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. As always, every single week we have plenty of profits, plenty of projects, and in this particular week we have some all-time highs also on a couple of cryptocurrencies that we're looking forward to sharing with you. Plus we have a new project, we have updated our website, so let's get started and let's have a look at it all. The first part we're going to start here is actually we had a bit of time now to set up for the Profit Retriever, actually do our own trading apart from what we've seen in the Expert Forex Premium Forum. And so far we have set up 4 items. We are actually working a bit together with Expert Forex on these parts as Alex puts together a couple of nice set files. So you will see gold versus US dollars, you will see silver versus US dollars, British pounds USD, and CAD Swiss francs as we've done ourselves. And actually the CAD Swiss franc is the all-time high. Even though it has dropped in the last 24 hours, it was up at about 100%. We have to remember that this, you can see the history is only 4 days old. So again, this will jump quite a bit. But monthly returns at the moment is estimated around 72%. And when we tested these particular currencies or that particular currency, we looked at about 6 months period and we made about $60,000 in that time. So the 70-80% per month is most probably more like it. Obviously, again, whatever you test on trading robots is not necessarily what you're getting at the end of the day. So, but we are looking for good stable profits, and we're definitely off to a good start, every single one. You can go on our homepage, you can click on the link, it will take you to the FX Blue site, which is basically a confirmation of the trading that we've done, and you can see if this robot is something for you. So in order to get you up to speed with all this, we have updated our website here. So there's now in our portfolio on the website, there is a new section called Profit Retriever. And we have also added the most important Expert Forex videos from Alex, showing you how you can work this robot. And at the bottom we have, if you are completely new to trading, there's also how you can set up your MT4 platform in order to get started with this Profit Retriever, or your MT5 if that's what you want. So we hope you will go and have a look at it and see if feel free to share any results once you get up and running with this. And we have also shared our previous one. So this was back on the first one we have followed for a couple of weeks now. We are 18 days in on this particular project, and you can see the blue lines in the middle where there's not many trades. It's basically where it stopped almost for 2 weeks. It has now come in again and done a great profit, and after that it has continued again to do profit several times a day. So overall in the 18 days that we tested this one here so far, we're up $846 or almost 8.5%. So the Profit Retriever seems to be a good stable part. None of the accounts has blown, but still early days. So let's see. We will definitely test them over a period of a couple of months before they go live. We're also, now that we are on the trading side, we're just going to go through Expert Forex, and they are offering a free indicator to help you, especially on the equity levels, also for the people that want the FTMO trading. So as usual, we have all the links below in the description, so you can go and find the videos there. Same part here with better alternatives. So if your set files is not working, this is the video to have a closer look at with Alex. As always, he has multiple different ways of looking at trading, which is absolutely great. He's got a lot of experience on this part. And then on top of this, again, this is the premium forum where you can go in and have a look at the trading settings. They are updated every single month. I will definitely give you a good basic start to most of the things. I have to say though that the profit retriever here is not part of those settings. But a lot of the other robots are covered in it. So go and have a look at the video and see exactly which ones are and which ones are not. Apart from this, we are back to our old stable yield notes. And again, we have a 1.6% profit, so a bit lower than what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. We started off the first week with 1.8. Then week 2 was a big surprise, 2%, which was absolutely fantastic. And now 1.6. So we're looking good again for the month of March, and we just have to wait and see exactly how it pans out. In order to see it on the graph for the weekly profit charts, so we are now on the green one, which is March. The yellow one here is the January one, and then February is the blue. So we are looking almost in between the two profits, and with a bit of luck, maybe a yield note can pull out another 2%. So just to finish off the month, close to the 8% mark, which we hope will be achievable. On top of this, I wanted to share an email we got from Yield Notes in this particular week. So the donations that are going to the Ukrainian government has now surpassed 200,000. Basically meaning that everybody within Yield Notes has donated just over 100,000. And then Steve and Woods has put in the other half as they promised, and that is now on the way. At the same time, the Cenami site has also produced 132,000 euros. So, and that will also go to the Ukrainian government. So obviously a lot of people have helped here and chipped in, and very good to see. What is also very good to see is the SAP Sapphire coin. And it has been good and stable all the way through the shared masternoding. We have actually seen the last couple of weeks, it's slowly but surely taking up on the percent. So as you can see, the return on the investment at the moment is around 57%. So up from the 54-55% over the last couple of weeks. So it's going in the right direction. And you will also see the shared masternoding, which has normally been quite stable at 1.1, 1.2% per week. We have actually achieved close to 1.5 here. So that is very good news. Overall coin development is also up, and yes, it's at an all-time high. We are almost at 300% now with 298, and the last couple of days has been very good for the development, and obviously we hope that that will continue in the near future. Another one which is also up, and this time around both PNY and SAP is actually moving in the right direction. So the shared masternoding, again 20% per week, so which is absolutely fantastic, even though, as you can see, we are now below the 300% return on investment as of right now. As I said, this changes from day to day, but we are now at 281%, and only last week we were past 300. So obviously there's some fluctuation in there. Overall coin development has developed quite nicely, and yes, new all-time high. We passed 200% now. So exactly 222%. Absolutely fantastic results. Very, very happy with this. What we're also happy with is Paribas, and as you can see here, last week we mentioned that we moved up in ranks. We got a new green rank. Obviously that gave us also, as per the setup, $1,000, so that we actually put into our sub accounts again and reinvested this. But so far we are looking at the next step, which will be pool 4, and we hope we will achieve that within the next maybe month or two. And then on top of that, we just had our first payday here again on Thursday, just before we shot this video. That will continue until Sunday, so 4 days a week. It will continue to triple in, and every single day it's just slightly bigger, because obviously part of the pool that we're in is also getting bigger. What is important here also with Paribas is our challenge. And we are still missing just a bit. The top picture that you see here is from last week, and this week we are at 22,800, so we are missing 2,200 on our first line in order to make the challenge and hopefully be one of the 300 people that are going to Miami, obviously all to meet each other and exchange information, but more importantly also to meet the CEO and part of the team. So we're hoping that this will happen. Obviously the challenge stops either when there's 300 people ready to go and have made it, or obviously end of March. So we'll keep you updated if we make it. What we have made this week also is Elevate Pass. So profit for week 12 is 1.7%. So slightly up from the last 2 weeks where we got 1.6. Going in the right direction. Again, good steady progress. So with Elevate Pass. So we're quite happy with it. What we have to remember also is the commission plan, apart from the 1.7%. The people that you bring in, so you will also get a direct commission here of 10%. And anybody else in your matrix, you will get 1.8, and that is normally coming out every single Wednesday evening, so European time. AI marketing, so for the first 23 days of March now, our profits is lower than we've seen before. We are actually only at 18.24, and that comes down again to all the issues we mentioned last week. So obviously the payment module is sorted, but there's a lot of things to catch up on. And then obviously part of the support team was in Ukraine. We have just had some information that some of the support teams don't have internet at all times. And that also means that the ad balance is not being picked up when the system is not fully back up to speed, and that's why the profit is slipping. There's a bit more news, AI marketing, so with the leaders and also with the managers there has just had a new meeting, so we are waiting for the PDF to come out. It should be ready by the time that this video comes out. You can go on our website and download this as usual, just to get yourself updated on this. We did get some reports through the Telegram apps that somebody said that the ad balance was being picked up from mid-February. We haven't been able to confirm this yet. We haven't seen any change on our account, and it's obviously still very frustrating. So we can just tell people to hang on tight. Don't put any more money in it now. Don't sign up any people until we get all this sorted, and hopefully sooner rather than later. And then we have been trying also to get an update, so through the fraud department regarding LumXBit. Last week we mentioned that we had a meeting, so with the cybercrime unit and the fraud department. And also we did, mostly we gave them more information. We tried to explain to them exactly what had happened. And since then they have been investigating. Unfortunately, at the time that we're shooting this video, we couldn't get a comment back from them, but obviously we'll continue. And once we hear from them, at least what we can say here, we will try and do. And that's what we have for you in this week's news report. As always, we hope you liked it. As you can see, there are still plenty of profits to be had out there. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.